What if I told you that training just 3 times a week could get you in the shape of your life? If you do it right. Most people assume the more sessions, the better the results. But here's the thing, more training doesn't always mean more progress. If you're constantly starting training plans only to fall off after a few weeks, it's not because you're lazy or because you need to put in more effort. It's usually because the plan that you're following just isn't sustainable for your lifestyle. Because let's be honest, life is pretty full on. You've got work commitments, family commitments, an attempt at a social life, and all the other pressures that come with, well, just trying to hold your shit together. It's not that you're lazy, it's not that you don't want to be fitter, leaner or stronger, it's that your time and energy are already stretched. So trying to fit in 5 or 6 gym sessions a week, it's just a recipe for burning out and giving up. And that is where the magic of 3 focused, well-structured gym sessions per week comes in. Not only is it doable and sustainable, but it's also incredibly effective if you do it in the right way. And in this video, I'll be breaking it all down step by step. You probably already know this, but you just need to be reminded of it. Progress doesn't come from just doing more. It comes from doing what actually matters consistently. And when structured properly, 3 sessions per week is more than enough to build your strength, improve your fitness, drop body fat and see visible progress, but without sacrificing your social life, your family time or burning out. Most people don't fall off track because they're not working hard enough. They fall off track because they try to do too much too soon with no structure. They aim for 5 or 6 sessions a week, but then they miss 1 or 2 sessions because life gets in the way, feel like a failure, and then give up. But 3 sessions a week, that's sustainable. Maybe even 2 sessions a week if you're getting started. You can fit it around a busy work schedule, your family life, and everything else that you've got going on. Because although every fucking personal trainer on Instagram spends their life in the gym, I know normal people don't. And 3 sessions per week will allow for proper recovery. So you're not just going through the motions in your sessions, but you're turning up with energy, ready to make some actual progress. And most importantly, it gives you a clear, achievable target to hit each week without feeling like you're falling behind. And if you can consistently tick off 3 structured sessions every week, not just for 2 weeks, but 8, 12, 16 weeks and beyond, that is when the real results start to stack up. Now, if I only had 3 hours per week to train, here's 2 ways I would split my week up. If I could train on non-consecutive days, I would aim for a full body split. This would allow me to fully recover between every session, go hard on every exercise because it's most likely the only exercise that will work that muscle group within that session, and still mix in some core, cardio or mobility. I'd start with 3 big compound exercises, 1 push, 1 pull, and 1 for legs, and I'd spend around 10 minutes on each. After that, I'd move on to some isolation movements, so biceps, triceps, a little bit of shoulders for around 15 to 20 minutes. And then finally, I'd focus on some core, mobility or cardio for the last 10 to 15 minutes. Of course, throughout the 3 sessions a week, I'd mix up the exercises and have different focuses for every session. If I needed to train on back-to-back days and my main focus was upper body, I'd aim for an upper-lower-upper split. If my main focus was lower body, I'd probably go lower-upper-lower. My upper body days would mostly be focused on the 4 upper body motions. So horizontal push, horizontal pull, vertical push, vertical pull, with some isolation and core work mixed in at the end. And then for me personally, my lower body days would focus on 1 big compound exercise, a single leg variation, some isolation movements, and then I'd have a bit more time for cardio at the end. But the key thing to understand here is you don't need a really complicated program to see progress. You don't need 15 exercises per session. You don't need to completely fuck yourself up or leave the gym unable to walk. You just need a couple of movements that cover the fundamentals, and then you need to work hard at them. Now that we've covered a simple structure, let's look at some mistakes. If you're only training 3 times per week, this is exactly what you shouldn't be doing. So mistake number 1 is not having a plan. And you're probably thinking, oh, a personal trainer telling me that I need a plan. How original. But trust me, if you walk into the gym without a plan, with no idea of progression, no idea what you're working towards, you're just going to bounce around from machine to machine, going on whatever's free, maybe feel good for doing it, but realistically not getting anywhere and wasting your time. But if you've got a clear plan that fits your schedule and your goal, you know what exercises you're doing, in what order, you've got little mini goals to hit in terms of reps, sets, times, weights, etc., and you actually follow it, then you're going to see some serious progress. And you'll actually save yourself time too, instead of looking around the gym all the time. The second mistake is actually doing too much. A lot of people think that because they're only training for 3 days a week, they need to cram as much as possible into each day. But that is just a fast track to burning out and poor recovery. If you're doing 15 exercises, 90-minute sessions, and you're leaving the gym feeling fucked every time, it's no wonder you don't want to go back next week. Instead, focus on quality over quantity. 6 to 8 well-executed exercises per session is more than enough, as long as you're training with a good program, good form, and good intensity. And finally, mistake number 3 is having no strategy for progression. If you're lifting the same weights, doing the same reps, running the same distance or at the same speed every week, don't expect to see different results. You need to track your progress and look to improve slightly each week, whether that's more weight, more reps, more distance, better technique, more complex exercises, maybe supersetting exercises. There's so many ways you can progress things, but progress should be the aim for every session. So now you know what not to do. The obvious question is, what should you do instead? The answer is simple, and you can probably guess it. You need a plan. But not just some random plan that you download from the internet. You need a plan that actually fits your lifestyle, your schedule, your goals, your abilities, and helps you make measurable progress week after week. Because the truth is, 3 sessions per week is more than enough, but only if you're making those sessions count. If you're going into the gym and just winging it, you're always going to feel like you're putting in the effort but getting nothing back. And it's frustrating. It's one of the biggest reasons people fall off track. But when you've got a plan and you know exactly what exercises you're doing, how many reps, what weight you need to lift, and more importantly, why you're doing it all, you've got structure, you've got mini goals to hit each week, you've got clear markers to track your progress. All of this is going to help you show it consistently, and this is going to lead to the progress you're looking for. And the best part is, having a plan takes the pressure off. You don't have to think, you don't have to guess. You just turn up, open the app, follow the session, and just give it your best effort. And when you start stacking those sessions together, that is when the results will speak for themselves. Now, if you're a guy watching this and you're thinking, that's exactly what I need, then the Better Blokes Challenge is your next step. It's an 8-week online coaching program designed to help guys lose 10 to 15 pounds, level up their strength, fitness and mindset, and most importantly, feel proud of yourself again, but without spending every day in the gym. You'll get a structured training plan tailored to your schedule, personalised nutrition targets, daily accountability, and support from me every single step of the way. If that sounds like something you need right now, just click the link in the description for all the details. We start on May the 5th, but I really hope this video helped, and I'll see you in the next one.